Hi there. You have to pardon me. My cat's tail is here in front of you. She's helping me work today. So, a little bit of a different one today. I just want to show off a product that I've been working on to fill a niche in the game development industry. So, there's lots of code editors out there like Visual Studio Code, visualstudio.net, even like Notepad++ with some plugins where you can get full functionality for scripting, different languages, et cetera, et cetera. Now, most of those will take up a lot of space, or you've got to add extras in order to make them work. And they also don't really have a lot of easy documentation for new scripters or coders out there. So I thought that because of the engines I'm working in, RGP Tools and Game Guru Max, and potentially the actual Wicked engine, which is the technology behind Game Guru Max, but it's been updated lots to the new DirectX 12 version with a lot of other functionality built in. So I may be starting to work on that, or I might even start developing my own 3D game engine from that base framework. But that being said, I wanted an easy way to do Lua scripting. And then I started thinking about it and I said, well, I can't really find anything on the net that's like exactly what I'm looking for. So I told myself, I'm just going to go ahead and build it then. And I'm going to make it available for free for people out there that are in the same situation I'm in, where they want to do some Lua scripting. They don't want to use a big bloated um, coding tool, and they just want something specific for Lua and especially or explicitly good for new Lua coders. So to that extent, what I've done is I've gone ahead and I created something. So I'm going to just switch over here now, and I'm just going to show you. So if you go to itch.io and you find me, you're going to come to my main page here, and the top project is the Danu Code Editor. Now, there's other things I've made on here that if you're an RGP backend person, you're probably already familiar with some of my assets that I put out there. But I want to also show you this other little tool that's very useful. This tool is just a random scenario generator. And what it does is it just basically tells you what to make for a level. And you can use it in any game engine. It's not game engine specific. But basically, it'll tell you kind of what size of an area to make, which some game engines do and some don't. What format, is there water? Is it inland? Is it swamp? What type of scenario you make in a town, a village, badlands, whatever, right? And it'll just zip up a quick scenario for you to build to practice your level design skills in. And it's just a great little tool for that to just kind of randomly whip up things. It's also useful if you're making a game and you're like, I don't want to make it all grassland. I want to do something different, and I'm not sure what I want to do. And you've got like a brain freeze, and you just want some inspiration or some ideas. It works good for doing that too, to make some levels that way. So, and then you can of course build your transition levels between, or however you're gonna roll, right? So just keep in mind that's another little free tool I got, and just go ahead and grab it if you could use a tool like that. It's great for practice and it's good for getting your skills up. But back to the point. This one, Danu Code Editor. So what I did was I went ahead and built this, and what you do is you grab it from the download. So you go to the download now. You can hit no thanks. Just take me to the downloads. I'm not charging for this. If you like what I did and you think that this is a great idea and you want me to make more tools, you can go ahead and support it if you want, and not a problem. I totally will take any small donations for my company because it just helps me get more tools and keeps me developing my process flow and stuff. So whatever, but by no means feel like you have to. Like, just go ahead and grab it for free. That being said, once you've downloaded it, what you're gonna get is, I'm gonna open up my installer here, downloads folder. You're gonna get this zip file. So just go ahead and extract that zip file. It's gonna give you this Danu code folder. And then in the Danu code folder, you've got the installer, and it's just a standard installer. At the end of running that installer, though, what's going to happen is you're going to get a prompt to install Microsoft.NET. And this is the version you need, Microsoft.NET 10.0.100. So, and it'll actually link you there. You can click on the link, it'll take you there and you can download it. Unless you've already got .NET 10 installed, then you don't need it. I built this program using Visual Studio 2006. So it actually is the latest and greatest flavor. So it needs the .10 installer. Now, when you do download Danu code, let's close that out. Oh, you didn't see that. Sorry. I had that on the wrong screen. But basically, yeah, basically .NET 10. So I'm not going to pull it up again. I didn't save it, so there you go. But the Danu installer is like 200 megs. Now the reason behind that is because I had to use a proprietary installer to set it up and build it, and it comes kind of as it is. There's not much choice, and so it offers a little bit of bloatware in there. But once you've installed it, you will have in your program files, just zip over there real quick here, you'll have this folder Celtic Images, and in there you'll have this Danu code, and then a .NET 10, and then here's all the stuff in here. So the actual program itself isn't very big. It's like 159K. The reason that this is bigger, a little bit bigger, is because it has all the binaries and the NuGet files packaged with it that you need in order to run the Lua stuff inside. So that being said, I'll go ahead and open Danu code. It's going to give you a shortcut in your Windows menu. All, come down here to D, Danu code, and then also a desktop icon. So there, now I've opened it, and you can resize the window, and you can resize. Oh, maybe you can't resize. I didn't add that. I'll add that in probably. But basically, you come to this blank screen on this side, and so that's your code editor. You've got Open Lua, Save Lua, Open Guide, and then you've got these color-coded legend up here, and then over on the right-hand side you've got Lua Command Dictionary, and it scrolls down to include all the keywords that Lua has, the common functions Lua has, the libraries Lua has, and the extras, and then my logo down here, which is just kind of like the Word logo, but it's a Celtic knotwork pattern border with the A in it instead. So that being said, pretty simple. Like, that's everything you need in order to reference for your syntax to edit in Lua. And I've got a few functions down here too. Print, outputs text to console, pairs, iterate over table elements, down here under libraries, IO, input output functions, operating system functions, OS, table operation. So you've got all, and then extras, load file, do file, bcall, raw get, set get, etc., etc. But that's pretty much everything that you need to script in Lua. Now, it doesn't tell you how to script, it just gives you some loose context, which is very, very useful for new Lua scripters, or somebody who needs to reference what to use and where. Now, that being said, this doesn't really show you what you're doing for a code. So I could write some code in here, but what I've done is I've included a Lua file that shows you everything and examples. So I'm just going to click this Open Guide, and now we've got Welcome to the Danu Code Editor. This is a Lua script, examples of code, common usage, definitions explained. Specific to the Danu editor, the following color coding for function identification. So I got comments are a dark green. There's the dark green. String, reddish pink. String, reddish pink. Don't know how that shows up on your screen, but it's kind of a reddish pink. It might be a bit close to this brown. I might have to edit that brown to just be a little bit darker on screen. We'll see. Numbers, light green. Number, light green. Keywords, dark blue. Keyword, dark blue. Built-in, light blue. Built-in, light blue. Operators, brownish red. Operator, a brownish red. But it like I say, it's a little bit close to the pinkish, to the reddish pink. So I might change that a little darker, a little more brown. We'll see. And then identifier is orange. Now, the purple, I haven't entered in here. I may add the purple here. But basically purple is just math functions. So equals, plus, minus, dot, dot, whatever, things like that. I don't know if that really needed a legend. I was kind of on the fence about that, so I don't know if I needed that or not. I may add it. I may not. But if you're looking at this or downloading this December 1st, 2025, you won't have purple in the legend up here. I may or may not add it after that date. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know that it's 100% necessary. I think I got all the important ones there. So, and that being said, so then we move down here and we've got some examples, and you can see where the functionality is color coded. So we've got the blue, so keyword local, right? An X, that's an identifier, equals for the math, and then we got the light green for the 42. Down here on a basically a print function, we've got like local message, so it's going to identify as a message. It's sending a message command through, equals, and then we've got hello Lua, so that's in the string color. So if I scroll down more, yeah, so see that's a little bit of an issue on the color. I think I am going to need to change that brown out to just a little darker brown so that you can notice it. Or maybe I'll make the string a little more pink. I'll make the string a little bit more pink, and I'll push this out again tomorrow night. So no, not a problem there. But anyway, so I've thrown in these descriptors. So there's an if and an example. There's an else and an example. There's a for and an example. Local long text, a big long string, right? So that is the string color. Scroll all the way down here. Let's see if I've got an operator. So yeah, then keywords followed by examples, and we got a lot more keywords. Operators brownish red. Do I have an operator in there? Built-in functions and operator. Yeah. Yeah, it's too close to color. I'm going to have to change that from an operator. Anyway, I'll fix that for the operator so that it's just, or for the string so it's a little more pinkish. But then, yeah, so then again, functions. So, and, break, elf, whatever, all those functions, print, and, do, local. So I've got all these different descriptors in here. So it's got examples on how to use things. So my thoughts are that this should make it pretty easy for people to get started Lua coding. Between the examples of the guide, and of course the save as and the opener, just regular save as, and it's defaulted to a Lua file, so you don't need to worry about it. Cancel. Let me try and I'm just going to open a Lua file here. Let me go to, I'm going to open something from RGP Tools, so let's just go down here to Documents, RGP Tools. Let's go into only one, data, and let's go into scripts. No, I don't have anything there. Hold on. Where do I need do I have another one? Just trying to find something under scripts. Wait a second. I know there'll be one in the default template. So let me go to here. Let me go to. No, that's my RGP backend stuff. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Maybe itch stuff. RGP Tools Content Pack, RGP Tools, Projects, Example Project, Data. There should be something in scripts here. Not seeing anything. Well, I don't seem to have one to show you. Oh, wait a sec. What about in, I'm sure I got something in documents, Kangaroo, Max, files. Oh, wait, there's one right there. There we go. So it's not much of a script, but just to show you, you can open a little script, no problem. That's from a different game engine that uses some of its own. Game Guru Max uses some of its own internal Lua commands as well. So I obviously don't have those here because this is the standard core Lua commands. But it will open them on screen and it will color code them correctly and show them to you. So just for an example, let's open another one. Files. Where's my script bank? What have I got in here? I probably don't have anything in there. I don't think. I don't think I've actually got anything handy to show you. So I just had the one. So I know there are some other ones around. I'd have to go hunting for them though, and I don't really want to waste your time. So I won't bother with that. But anyway. But yeah, anyway, that's my editor. So go ahead and grab it if you think it'll help you. I think it's good for your new Lua scripters. And on that note, have a good day, and I will see you in the next one.